Welcome to Meditate USA program. Today we have a wonderful guest today with us, and her name is Neeraja Patri, and she is none other than a great artist, Padmanabham Garu, from Telugu industry and Tamil industry as well. So we have their granddaughter with us, and as we all know that Padmanabham Garu has created so much joy and happiness in every family, and that was a medicine for many. Today we are teaching meditation to replace the medication, but Padmanabham Garu has started his work with his joy, laughter, and happiness. And from their family, we have today beautiful person, and we are very happy to take some information about their family, and also she is a great master here and supporting in many projects. So we would love to understand and hear what is her roles and responsibilities and her journey with all PMC viewers. So hello Neeraja, welcome.
Thank you so much, Sheetal madam. I am so thrilled to have you here and to be in front of this audience, to share my story and my journey. I feel very humbled to sit here with you. Thank you so much.
So Neeraja, we would love to hear your background of your family and where did you grow up and how did you come here? Little brief information about yourself.
I come from India, obviously. Basically, I'm from Nellore. Though my grandfather is from Chennai, my dad, he had a business and we settled in Nellore. So I grew up, my entire childhood was in Nellore, and then I did my master's in Hyderabad. And then I moved to USA in 2012. It's been like 12 years since I am in USA. And I'm an IT engineer. And yeah, that's brief about, my journey to USA. But 12 years in USA, I must say, the things that I haven't thought that I would ever realize in India, I got all that, opportunity to learn about spiritual life and spiritual sciences in USA.
Wow, you created a curiosity to know your spiritual journey. So we would love to know how did you start and how did you come into meditation first?
So basically, when I was in India, I come from a Brahmin family. Okay, we are all very ritualistic. We do a lot of pujas, yagnas, homas. I grew up with waking up to my dad chanting mantras and doing pujas and all that. So there is a part of me which is very ritualistic, and there is a part of me which is very practical also, like my mom. My mom is much into nature. She's into understanding Vedas and how simplistically using nature you could connect with the divine. So she used to come up with all those concepts, and my dad is very ritualistic. So I think I have a blend of both, and I wanted to get my own direction out of it. But my real quest has started when I was away from all those disturbances. You know what happens when you come to USA is basically you're with yourself. You don't have noises, you don't have disturbances, you don't have people visiting you. You're not really, putting yourself in a place where there is so much of chaos or, constant interferences in your life. So since 2013 and 2014, I have lived a life which is very, I wouldn't say secluded, but it was a very, ఏకాంతమైన జీవితం. ఏకాంతం, right? It will bring your self-inquiry. Self-inquiry has started to me around, I always had it, but I never had masters. In India, I was thirsty to meet that master, to meet these people who can give me that glimpse and, details of, understanding spiritual language. I didn't have that, what I'm hearing is only pure belief system. My dad would just do things because, he believed in it. But there is no explanation to it. I would love to know, what is it? Why are we doing pujas? And what is it we are getting? Why am I still miserable about it? I mean, why am I not even, feeling the divine? The connect is missing. So that questioning, right, has started when I'm by myself. So then slowly, when you're with yourself, you also go and, get into the details of your childhood and how your mother also brought you some information and all that, right? So that's when it all began, and I didn't stop. Once the inquiry to know myself has begun, the swadhyaya has begun and satsang has begun. So my genuine quest is, who am I? Basically, every human, expression ni, feelings ni, I started attacking them. I started questioning myself. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling that punch in my stomach? If in professional in a world, you get constantly reviewed and all that, what is it happening to you? Somewhere you're holding on to things that you should not hold on to. So slowly I have started working on my behaviors first. My behaviors has come first to me. So I have found a teacher. So as I said, when you are ready to know yourself, the teacher will appear. So one of my friends has introduced to me to surgeons in Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. So they introduced me to Sadhguru. My first step to spiritual life has been me going into Sadhguru's convention. Okay, what is this? What is happening? The quest is that, I would now know the life better, and I would know how to lead the life better. So I've been there. I got Shambhavi, but you know what happened there? I think the masters know what kind of student you are. They know that, I'm a challenged student. So Sadhguru was not enough to me. In the convention, I met my spiritual mother. The mother who taught me the dialect of spirituality. Basically, the first lesson I learned was non-duality. It started from there. And then how to be happy, kind, compassionate, courageous, still. Stillness is also one of the major, study or, lesson that I have learned from her. Basically, how to even read the spiritual language. Manaki inta untundi. There is so much of information there. You don't know what to perceive, what is applicable to you. Only after you peel layer by layer, you will understand, okay, this guru has given this tool. So I started understanding it. So Swadhyaya has started, and then satsang. Once you start learning yourself, you will never put you in a place where there is disturbance or chaos. You want to follow your truth. So I was committed to one thing. I will not yield. I will not please anybody. I will live I will live my life authentically. It's not about others. I've taken the decision early in my life that I will live my life authentically. I don't need to be fit in somewhere. Being socially accepted is never in my books. So slowly I didn't have any friends. My friends have become the gurus. Oka Osho, Ramana Maharshi, Chaganti, Garikapati, Patriji, Saroja Madam, and so many PMC masters, their experiences. I am constantly dwelling in that world. I'm not watching anything in the TV other than this spiritual depth and, the reasoning. I want to know more. I want to drink into that knowledge. Rumi, I like poetry. So basically, day in, day out, I have literally, lived my life in some or other principle, and I'm always in some or other sadhana. That's how it started, Sheetal Master. In 2019, Patri Master, I would like to mention this. Patri sir has always been in my life. I know him since 2003 or 2004. And the first time I was introduced is through my neighbor, who would say that, hey, you're Patri too. There is a Patri Master coming, to Nellore, and, they're teaching. Are you related? So like, who is this master? And, he's making me famous. Because the surname is Patri, I am getting famous because wherever I go, everybody is asking me, do you know Patri Master? Do you know Patri Master? So that's how I knew him. But then the Dhyana word, the first time I heard the Dhyana word was strongly from his preaching. So yeah, I'll let you ask the next question, and then, I can go on about it.
That's wonderful to know, Neeraja. And I would love to know, how did you get into Ana-Pana-Sati meditation? Who was your inspiration? And how did you get hold of this practice of simple breath meditation?
That's a very perfect question, and I guess this will help a lot of people also, because I'm a hard nut. I'm telling you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I am, as I said, right, I do have a practical mind. I do have a logical and reasoning mind. So it is very difficult for me to really penetrate to a place where, I can break out from the reasoning and really invite the nature's presence. I knew one thing, by 2021, 22, I realized that, I'm away from nature. I'm really disconnected from nature. I'm doing all this inquiry and all that. I'm understanding about, how you should become the universe, and how you really have to be, how you are part and parcel of your universe. You are the universe, right? So I understand it a conceptual way. But I'm not making any amendments in my life to really, invite nature, or invite myself into the nature. That disconnect was still there. And then, as I said, right, when you start the process and you start doing certain sadhanas, right, the right tool, master, and subject will come to you. That's what has happened, Master. So my way of connecting to the nature has happened. I made my home a rainforest. Wherever you see, you will only see some nature. You will see some art, creativity, flowers, or trees everywhere. I have 50 odd, indoor plants. So I started there. Still something is missing. Still something is missing. I'm getting all this. What I'm trying to do is my questions are inside me. I'm trying to get answers from outside, right? So there is so much of information in me that I'm not even able to absorb and become, right? You need to observe it and you have to become the information that you're getting, that you're believing in. How would that happen? And that conflict started in my life. I didn't realize then, but now I can connect the dots from where it has begun. So last year, around the same time, as I said, right, I'm into puja and all that. I believe in Shakti. I believe in Amavaru. I do my pujas even today. I do it regularly. It brings a sense of peace and, belongingness to me. So one of the sessions was a full night meditation. So there I met a master, and you know who it is. And it's you. So you invited me to meet a master, Prabodh master, Gudakesha master, who hasn't, if you don't know about him, he hasn't slept for 20 years now, and he has won over the sleep. So Prabodh master, you told me, I don't know what you saw in me. You mentioned thrice that you have to come and meet the master. You have to come. So it felt like a spell to me. The way you have invited felt like a spell to me, and it felt like, yeah, I'm meant to be there. So what I did was, by the time, during same time, the puja and all was happening, and I was also attracting a lot of people into certain kind of knowledge. Because when you start learning about yourself, people who have to learn about themselves, and if there is one quality that they have to learn, they'll come to you. You don't have to do anything. If there is something about you that I have to learn, I would come and simply, we will collaborate. So that's what happening. So what I did was, okay, I got my neighbor who is also, looking for some kind of, personal self-discovery, and I've been to Prabodh Master's, session, and everything started there. So in the session, he asked, how many times do you do meditation? And I'm done. I'm like, I want to run away from that place. I didn't want to tell him that, I am in a meditation session, and that too PMC, which is a huge deal. I knew about PMC. My family is doing, few of my family members are already into Dhyanam and all that. So I said, I do it on and off. I have done it in the past, but I'm not regular. So he took one promise from me that I have to do it every day, at least for 1 minute. That was a good deal to me. I mean, it wasn't really stretch. As I said, right, I cannot stop that chitter chatter in my brain because I'm an inquiry person. I might not think about nasty stuff or anything that is really not servicing me, but I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly solving problems in my head. So it's like, it would never be possible that, I would sit and stop thinking. It would never be possible because that's where I'm deriving my juice also, my creativity also. What would happen if I stop and not think anything? Would I be able to solve the problem? So many things were coming to me. And then the next day, he has organized a nature retreat. So I've been to the nature retreat, but this time what happened was, though I promised him, I'm pretty much convinced meditation is not for me. Okay, this master sees something, he wants to help me, but he doesn't know that I'm a hard net. Let me do one thing. I might not get meditation, but there are people who are looking for some personal growth. And I believe in meditation. I was not believing that it's applicable to me at the time, but I believed in the concept. I believed in the concept. I believed in that study. I believed in that practice. So what I did was, okay, to my neighbors and to my friend, I said, okay, let's go. I'll introduce to something really great. Maybe you guys can get benefit out of it. I'm a hard net, I might not get it. So during that nature retreat, that 1 hour, 2 hours, usually something happens in retreats, somebody would be having a aha moment and you would speak about it. You would call your parents or your friends and, I've been to a retreat, and then, somebody just, exploded in joy, exploded in laughter. You would say something like that. That day, madam, that person has become me. So I didn't know what series of steps took me to that explosion of joy and explosion of union with the nature, I still feel like it is very unreal to me that happened to me, so that I can't even escape. I can't even say now that, it's not real. I felt like the whole nature came together and hugged me. I was in pool of tears. I was smiling, I was crying, everything was happening. Every expression, greatest expression of human life is happening to me at that moment. So I realized one thing, Master. That moment, nature has recognized me for my service. For my service. And nature also gave me a taste of what happens when you live in the moment. When you pause and live in the moment and breathe and enjoy the nature around you. That series of steps, right, really made me feel the union with the nature. That's what happened. Because I might have as well not believed and just would have visited myself, but my thought that somebody would benefit also helped me manifest that beauty, that bliss. So once you enjoy the bliss, once you know how it tastes, how can you ever go back? There is no going back. You will only want to take it forward and spread. I didn't know what knowledge was just downloading into my head, what was coming onto me, that power. Immediately, I wanted to do 41 days meditation. I wanted to mentor, I want to bring people together and introduce this. You know what? This is real deal. If I can feel it, you guys who have been doing so much sadhana already, should be able to do it. And that thought made me organize 41 day, meditation, and you helped with all the knowledge that you have mastered and with 12 years of experience in meditation. You helped, you coached us, and that was a beautiful journey. And then slowly, I have also done 41 days immediately, Guda Kesha, like night-long meditation. To me, it's always like this. When nature never lets me sip things, it always want me to dive into things. It will push me. So it felt like a scuba dive into meditation, I'm constantly meditating. But Master, what I felt was during those days that I was practicing and even now I practice meditation, I felt like, I was getting more, closer to myself, to my truth, to my discovery, to knowledge. Basically, to me, I'm defensive about myself. I've turned into a very diffusing mode. I don't take really personally things anymore. I'm able to be stable, look at things differently, detachedly. And things that I have slid in underneath the carpet, they all came up. And slowly I was able to deal with it bravely. Because that subtleness has come. You understand life. You understand nature. You know that, you're being taken care of by nature. So that's a amazing shift I found, Master.
Wonderful, Neeraja. Very inspiring journey, how you started and where you are and what kind of practices you have experimented and experienced is really amazing. That is how the yogi's journey, right? So try everything. And our beloved master gave us that enough freedom to explore every possible ways and learn from every master, do meditation and read books and sajjana sangatya with masters, meeting with masters absolutely helped me. We encourage the same with others, and amazing, a very inspiring journey. And I would like to know, since you are very much connected and practicing meditation, everything you are doing, whatever you are supposed to do in the day to day life. Now, I wanted to know what is your roles and responsibilities in Atlanta, because Patriji always says that you have been placed in a specific place because you have a specific role to play. So we would love to hear what is your plan here and how do you want to spread meditation and what kind of services you are going to offer to the USA people here. So
Thank you, Master. So, first of all, I would like to tell you, I might have known a little about Patri Master, the great Patri Master. But after starting the meditation, I have realized I have missed really meeting a very profound, gentle soul. The stories that you share about Patri Master, your relationship with him, and the way he treated his disciples, followers, like friends. Students, exactly. Sorry. Yeah, because as I said, it could also be bookish sometimes. But yeah, his students, right? I wanted that friendship. To me, a master is a friend. A master is a friend. That's it, period. A friend that could see the potential in you that you couldn't see in yourself. That's it. Just hold their hand. Take them to a place where they find their highest self, and then they'll continue. I want to do that, master. I really want to do that. And that has been, see, what I thought of also, when you grow, when you really nurture yourself, when you are in that frequency and vibration, the applications will happen also. The people will find the way to come to you and, learn from you. If you are in that state already, that collaboration will happen. And I'm ready in whatever way I can to be of service, to spread meditation. And I have been doing that, master. Now my dad is doing meditation, my mom is doing meditation, my atta, my aunt, who has stopped meditation before with some kind of judgments in her head. Now, after my shift and how I'm living my life, she's so inspired, and she started and even promised me that, she'll continue. And she said she'll also spread it. So my aim is not only bringing this tool, bringing this, this study, this gnana to people. I also want to make sure that, they also are able to pass it on, right? So in whatever way and means, I am not looking for a role. I'm not really looking for any position in any way. Spirituality is everything. You should be able to do everything, right? We are going to come up with a pyramid in Atlanta very soon. And in whatever ways I could be for arts or, culture, or even, for interior designing or for cooking, I want to be a part of everything. I want to enjoy the process, because, to even be in that company of meditators is a huge blessing, master. To have the opportunity to serve is the blessing, not the service. To have the opportunity itself is blessing, master. Thank you, master.
Wow. Amazing, amazing knowledge and wisdom flowing from you, Neeraja. So service is the highest form of giving. And that's what I understood from your words. And thank you so much. Your message to the viewers, PMC viewers, what do you want to convey?
I would like to tell you that after going through a lot of spiritual practices in my life, I have come to a place where I am deriving a great value and great joy and meaning by starting meditating in my life daily. I'll tell you why. Everybody has to have stillness in this life. We are always running after things. We are trying to catch up with things. We think action is being productive. Action is not productive, masters. Being still. Stillness is where, the action is combined with the best intention. So you have to access that stillness in your minds. You have to give yourself that luxury, that space where you can go into a corner and meditate. That stillness, masters. You have to give yourself that stillness every single day so you can get the best download of knowledge and, your best intention working your action. So meditate daily. Don't worry about your thoughts. Let them come and go. Just, focus on your breath and sit in silence. Sitting in silence itself is power, masters, because that is the only time you're accessing your fifth element. The fifth element is Akasha. Akasha is cosmos. The cosmos is also constantly giving you energy. It's dipping. Saroja Master has said that. It's dipping on your Sahasrara. What we are doing is, with all those messy, chaotic thoughts, you're not even letting it seep into your body. When you're meditating, you're cleansing your thoughts. And so that knowledge will get in and your best action will come out of that, masters. I am really requesting you, do meditation daily. Even if it is for 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, still do it, because it will become a practice. It will become your regular one day and you will enjoy the benefits of it. And you will become a blissful person, and a blissful person is always a person who is of service to everybody. Even though they doesn't have to do it in action, they are still doing service because the impact is magnanimous. That's all, masters.
That's wonderful, Neeraja. Thank you so much. And it is beautiful experience for me to hear your experience through this interview. And no wonder Patriji is always enjoying listening to many masters' experience. And yeah, the joy is amazing, amazing. And I have learned many wonderful things from you, and looking forward to listen more experiences from you. And we are always grateful to your family, entire family, especially your tatagaru. Your tatagaru is all our tatagaru. So we love to watch his movies, and meditation is making us very much happy. We are able to access that happiness, and we want to more happiness. We always watch his movies. So wonderful service from your family, and still you are continues doing the same service to the humanity is really amazing. Thank you so much, Neeraja, and wish you all the best for your entire journey. Yeah, thank you.